Alright everybody, this is Start, right? Let me just confirm if the stream is live or not and I'll continue to the stuff. I need to confirm if my mic is active as well. It's live. Let me just confirm. My internet is also down today. Alright everybody, this is Start, right? Let me just confirm if the stream is awesome. The sound is awesome. Okay, CPU is 50% rating. No man, what should I do? So yeah. My internet is way down today, but whatever, I'm gonna backtest some stuff today, and I cannot show you my face, but let me show you one thing, that everything is off right now in the room and I'm just shooting myself. Okay, it is 12:15 a.m. at the night. Now this was my last day chant, and I saw a reel by somebody who was saying that ICT traders, they just beginners actually, they just shoot when they start. But this is where I understand every single move in the market. Like I can almost predict every single other candle in the market and the 1 minute chart, although if I have learned the basic concepts. Okay, and the other day I was watching this video, and I'm also again watching this right now because I got free recently, but whatsoever. Now the narrative for the day is I'm going to continue for doing back testing regarding um, back testing fair value gaps and back testing liquidity. 110% I'm sure about that fair value gaps work, and I'm sure about that the liquidity works. Okay, so yeah, let's get started. Now what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna just look at the current day chart. I'm gonna just go back here. Just read everything. I was backtesting in the day as well. This was the AM session, I think. Let's just go back. Okay, I'm gonna go back from. I'm gonna set the replay. I'm gonna leave the replay. We can just see the charts from here. Okay, I'm gonna take the Wednesday here to trade. Okay, let's just mark the day everything. This is 12 AM opening, and this is the ending. Okay, this is the range we're gonna trade. I'm gonna do one more thing here. I'm gonna set the replay on this night, so I can shit, this replay thing, I hate it. Here we go. This is the day we have to just look at. Okay, we have to mark here first the liquidity. I'm gonna go with the liquidity marking. Before that, I'm gonna just show the maximum highs and lows we have. We have actually liquidity at here at this time, at this pool. Okay, but generally the liquidity is lying from this to this point. All right, let's just confirm if the day area. I need to confirm the range of the day on the 1 day chart. Which day is it? It is Wednesday 4 March. Wednesday 4 March. Right. March. March. Okay, we picked a good day. See, this is the day. I'm sorry. This was the initial liquidity. Let me just mark the London session here. London session first. London session 5 p.m. Okay, this was AMD model. Market took one side liquidity. Market built this liquidity, and if you just take a look at here, initially this was the liquidity staying at this point. I understand there was this liquidity laying in this point at this point, but if we go on the 1 minute or 5 minute chart, I'm just gonna go in the 1 minute chart. Just better confirmation and everything. If you just take a look, the liquidity is lying in here at this point as well, but I'm 110% sure that market took this side liquidity here to just build these low levels. Okay, so this is the primary liquidity we can see here. I'm gonna just mark this liquidity from this level to almost this level. Okay, and again I'm gonna mark, I don't know how people mark them so good, but I am mostly not able to mark them rightly. Oh, one more thing, market already took the sell side liquidity. This is from where the market reversed at, you can see, right? This is the whole liquidity zones. Okay, we have this liquidity sheet here. I'm gonna just mark it here, and let me just do one thing. Give me a second. Guys, do you think like you would learn from somebody who got profitable within a 1 year of trading ICT concepts? I don't know. Okay, this was the liquidity laying in here on the 1.5 minute charts. If we go on the 1 minute chart, we're gonna find more liquidity in here, but I would like to stay in here. I'm gonna just work on the liquidity, and within that I'm gonna look at the value gaps, and I have also learned the bag here, the breakaway gaps. I'm gonna discuss about that today as well. So this raw here is the AMD model accumulation. If we take a look at here, the real accumulation stays from this point. Okay, I marked it wrong actually. I'm gonna go with the 6 p.m. Before that I don't care. 6 6 6 6 6 6 6. Here is the liquidity, but I marked this because this was the maximum liquidity, and you can see that market delivered here the mohawks and then reversed, and then we see the further continuation. Okay, but we're gonna look at the other stuff in here. Alright, this was the 12 a.m. through the opening, and this was the algorithmic. This is the algorithmic opening, and this is the through the opening. Okay, and I think this was the the electronic trading opening, and this was the trading opening hours. Those were before the electronic trading. I'm not sure about it. Now if we just take a look at here, in this point there was this diagonal resistance for the traders there who trade this thing. Okay, because I used to do this thing. Okay, you would think, how do I see this thing? Because I used to do it. Okay, I know this. They would have this thing. If this would be closed, suppose they were doing like this and market broke up from this level, they would be thinking, yeah, the market reversed. But we're gonna think about this at this point because we are on the accumulation. There was this is resistance here. This was the maximum resistance here. We can take a look at the resistance at here on the top, and market went for this level as well, but we are not going to talk about that. Okay, this is the day accumulation, manipulation. Before that, manipulation already happened. This was the first manipulation that took this side of liquidity. Okay, bro, got it. Okay, and then market went up. Mark the, mark this time. What time is it? 1:30. Okay. ICT silver bullet. We're gonna take a look at the ICT silver bullet as well, which happens from 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. in the London session. You don't even know. I can't even breathe right now because this is the ICT silver bullet happening right now in this range. Liquidity sweep. This is the market structure shift, and this is the change in the character. You can call it MSS, but I heard ICT do not like MSS. He says that MSS is something that he never created, but somehow this is MSS because I learned from Indian YouTube channels, multiple channel. I don't have a fixed mentor. I have this thing right here. I say I was also learning suspension block recently because I was watching this video and he's talking about suspension block, so I heard this thing for the very first time. This is the thing that I have in my bio in my YouTube channel and most other stuff. But the point is that, oh yeah, it opens up as well. No, it doesn't. So I call myself ICT student, which I know that I am not. I should enable my charger as well, bro. Give me a minute again. This is loving this hustle that I'm doing right now. Hustle, hustle. Let me just put the pronunciation.
Hustle.
So I'm like, it's not all, it's hustle. Hustle,
Hustle.
hustle. Oh, this is British.
Hustle.
It's running right now. This. Oh, God. Let me confirm this. Hustle,
Hustle.
hustle. Oh, this is British.
Hustle.
Hello. It's running right now. This. Oh, God. Let me confirm this. Hustle. I had to remove the charger, bro, because it creates some sort of boom in the audio. Okay, we were talking about this liquidity sweep from the one side, then we formed here the CSID, and there was a order block here. So this point, okay, and this was ICT silver bullet here from 2 a.m. till the 5 a.m. Actually, ICT silver bullet plays maximum till 3 a.m. If you just take a look, this was the direct 3 a.m. move. I think this, and then after 3, see, this is the 3 a.m. move, then market reversed here again, and then it went up again. Let me just confirm one more thing here. I think market structure is from here to this point. Let me just enable this here so I can mark it right. Fuck no way. What I know about standard deviation, I'm supposed to mark it from the lower low, okay, and higher high. This is the lower low. This is the higher high. Actually, we should extend it from here. This is a little bit done. If you just take a look, market just respected this level before the 10:30, actually 2 a.m. and then we got back here. Right, if you just take a look at the move after this to this candle, these are 50 pips. You can move, take this to this level if you want, but I would move it to here, and then once market reaches one level, I would have moved my stop loss to this level as well. Okay, this was the order block which was strong enough, and this was a breakaway gap. I think there is volume imbalance here as well. If you would not like this color, I know this is a 15-minute color of my, or all the inefficiencies that I mark within the 15-minute frame. I mark this them with this color for 5 minutes. It is paint. Sorry, I'm not gay, bro. Let me just mark the 5 minute. This is the color, I think. Yeah, this is the color. You have to change colors, bro. Seriously. See, they were overlapping. Fair value gap was before this, so we have to move this fair value gap, or after this, so we have to move this fair value gap from this level. Okay, because when there are two things, the order block and the fair value gap, then we have to mark the order block to order block. This is the order block, and then we have to mark the fair value gap from the, the upper or lower quadrant. In this case, we have the upper quadrant first, so then to the low, okay, to the of the fair value gap candle. This was the trade for the day. Market didn't, retraced here. This was a strong indication that the algorithm was active. And if you would have taken the trade from here, where is it? I know nobody's watching me. I don't care, man. I just want to become profitable, pay my bills myself. I would have moved my stop loss to something like at this point, and if you just take a look, market would stop me out from here, but I would have made already. Let me just put the long position here. My stop loss would be something at here, and TP would be here. You would be laughing at me. What the fuck? If you are really, you should laugh at me. What the fuck, man? Yeah, I should move it to something like this. It would be one is to one. 1:1.76, something like that. This wasn't a good trade, but if you go on the 1 minute chart, man, my laptop is lagging literally. Close it. Where I had lost those. Oh shit! I would have taken a trade from this point. This was the market structure shift. Originally, it was supposed to placed from here at this point to this point, and if we do that on the lower time frame, it's gonna be something from this to this point, and the market reversed from exactly from that point. Okay, so if I respect the 1 minute chart, then the entry would be something around this 50%. The closing above it, the SL would be here, entry would be here, something around this level. SL would be the 50% of the consequent, basically the consequent encroachment of the 1 minute candle. You would be thinking what I'm doing, and this is something like 1:3. Okay, and let me just mark here. Canvas 40, 60 handles, 46 handles. Market respected this level. I would have gone more than that, but the point is I'm not strong. The whole narrative is to make money right now. Once I get strong at these concepts, I'll go further to them. But if you take a look, if I would have hold it, but the whole point is I'm not gonna trade the London session, so why should I do this hard work? Okay, this was the first trade here. I'm gonna remove the standard deviations only. Let me just go back here again. Let's remove the standard deviations. Okay, this was the trade, and I'm gonna just move it back to the point where the trade ended. Okay, and this was the trade. Then we are going to go for after the New York session, which was this session. Okay, Today's New York session. You have to go ahead. No fucking way, bro. 15-minute chart. We need to go at least on the 5-minute chart in order to see the market, man. Otherwise, I will not be able to see. Here we go. 1 minute has too much data, man. Okay, here we go. This was the trade. Now here the 5 a.m. ends here. I told you after 5 a.m. the LNS session permanently ends. You can hold this trade if you want to. This 50% of the fair value gap. This fair value gap was important, but actually your trade was here. So the 50% of this fair value gap from this to this point was important. That market was not breaking. Okay, if it would have broken this 50%, which was the one point I told you on the standard deviations, you could have closed the trade, or your stop loss would be stopped out. You would be stopped out. So then, if you want to hold this trade up to this level, you would have made something from this to this level. You would have made this would be something for you would have like 157 handles with something like, you can say, suppose it's gonna be 1 to 12, but I'm not talking about that. I'm gonna just do it reverse. Okay, you can hold it, but ICT silver bullets plays maximum till the 3 a.m. Okay, till this level. Market actually reversed from this point. Okay, I'll show you one more thing. When is the time when market is not gonna reverse and we can hold up to this such levels. Okay, but for right now, I'm gonna just do one more thing. I'm gonna just mark out this, basically the accumulation again. Here is the support, here is the resistance. Let's move it till the 8 a.m. I should move it to 7 a.m. actually. Okay, we are here. We had this liquidity here at this point. I'm gonna go on the low time frame again. Okay, this is the again liquidity here. Fuck magnet, fuck magnet. Man, I want to fuck this magnet. Sometime I need this thing, but sometime I hate it. Okay, this was the old liquidity that we marked that I'm gonna remove now. Okay, and there are a lot of things that you can look at on the higher time frame. You are going to find out the liquidity on the lower side, and if you don't know the one level, if you just take a look, this was this liquidity at the one level I told you, and you could have stopped it, moved it to this level, then this was the liquidity, then this was the liquidity, then this was the liquidity again, then this was the liquidity, then this was the liquidity. If you can see, motherfucker, from this point, this was a major swing high. Okay, on the 15 minutes, you're gonna find two relative highs here, or two swing highs. The reason why market reversed from here. Okay, I backtest so much that I can't tell you. I backtest in my dream, man. Okay, this was the liquidity down here. I'm gonna mark here the liquidity which is already marked. I told you market took the one side liquidity, but here we go. I marked it wrong. I'm gonna go back here to the 5 a.m. from where market actually reversed here. Okay, see, if we can see here, there was major liquidity here as well. Okay, we can mark this liquidity here as well. Okay, we can mark this liquidity here as well. This was the major liquidity which was stopped out, which was manipulation. This was the major liquidity here. This is the resistance, and this is the liquidity on the downside, which is basically the downside liquidity, which is basically the support. I was also watching that ICT video recently. He was talking about something that he says the bull flag, and I know what that is because I know also that, you know, retailers concept. What they think, what they basically think is, you can go on the 15 minute to find a good probability of, the bull flag. You have to mark it from here. If you're watching on the 15-minute chart, you would have marked it from here, but I'm gonna mark it from here. They think like market, this is the leg. Okay, this is the leg, actually this is the leg, they think. Market is gonna consolidate here, and then they're gonna do this. Okay, they think like this, and their support is here. Maximum they have support at here at these such levels. But I've told you, market showed the basically the what we say, change of character at this point is CISC. Okay, okay, and I'm sorry for the Urdu, right? And there was liquidity at this point, something like this point, and liquidity was majorly staying here. But I would say there were liquidity would be here because I used to be a retailer trader and I used to do this thing. Okay, and we can expect here there was liquidity here. Okay, we can, dude, I'm just doing this analysis on the US 100. You are supposed to match US 500 within it. Okay, I am just trying to understand this thing. Okay, you can do the same as like watching it on the US 100. I was trying to do it, but there was so much SMT diversions that I was seeing on the US 500 chart, so I moved to the US 100. Okay, so we have this thing here, right here, the accumulation, then manipulation, then distribution. Before the going for the distribution, I'm gonna just take a look at something. We say market took both side liquidity. If you just take a look here, market took this side liquidity and this side liquidity again. You would be thinking, what the fuck? Yeah, yeah, you're thinking right, man. Okay. You would be thinking market took this side liquidity again and then again this side liquidity. What the fuck is this supposed to mean? It took both side liquidity. You're right. This is to actually post a liquidity. So I do the same. You could have opened here the trade, okay, from the 8 a.m. to this move. Okay, I told you how you can do it. This is not the ICT silver bullet. I think I know, but I'm shooting, so you can watch me. Otherwise, you can leave me. I've marked other side liquidity. I was supposed to mark something else. Leave this thing. We have marked wrong shit. Okay, we have to increase the size of it to the 18. There was this liquidity again. I forgot one thing to tell you because I'm also a student, man. I'm not fucking engineer. I'm not fucking doing this thing since a century. Let's remove it. Shit. We need these day closing. Okay, let's just skip it here. So this was the bull flag which was failed here. Then again there was this bull flag which was formed here. They were expecting a bullish move with their stop losses at this point. Man, they can't put their stop losses at this point when they are doing bull flag. Just think about it. If they would be putting their stop losses at here, they would be losing. They would be fucking losing only. Okay, their stop losses would be maximum at here point. Maximum. They would have their stop losses at these points. Market stopped them out and then went up. This is the 10 a.m. candle. If you just take a look at this point here, change of character happened here. Yeah, this is the 10 a.m. candle. Then we saw this retracement which was full again, and then again this retracement, and this was the TP. We will talk about this again, but the point is we're going to mark here the accumulation manipulation. I was saying this lately. We're gonna find on the 5-minute chart or the 15-minute chart, either way on any chart, we are going to find majorly liquidity at such point from from day 6 p.m. of the last day, and then to the 12 a.m. and then we're gonna see again accumulation from before the 8 a.m. which I marked here. This was again accumulation happening in here. Okay, this was something around 5 a.m. to I think 6 a.m. 7 a.m. This is again from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. This was the accumulation. Okay, before then 8 a.m. 9 a.m. Now see, we have the liquidity here at this point. I don't talk very much and my throat is fucked up. This was liquidity. This was the okay, the liquidity. Oh, now I know how to mark it. Let's just move it a bit back side. Hey, it's gonna look like better, man. I'm gonna speak a bit, faster. I'm gonna do something, audible. Okay. So we had this liquidity at this point, and then this liquidity at this point. This was the resistance. This was the support. Okay. They thought that market is gonna go up from this point as per the resistance, and from this point they thought that market is gonna go down, and the bull flag motherfuckers were thinking that market is gonna pump up. Okay, but before that pumping, market dumped their stop losses. Okay, so what happened here is market took one side liquidity. I told you market took this side of liquidity. Okay, and then we have to wait for 10 a.m. Okay, market took one side liquidity, which was their stop losses. You can see motherfucker. Okay, if this market was supposed to go down, then market had major levels here. This, let me just enable it. This fair value gap. The market was supposed to, lock these motherfuckers out. Then this again. Okay, and then this was the order block. If market was supposed to go down in the ICT silver bullet, then market was supposed to drop here some, what we say, the mark here one more thing. See, it reversed from the first quadrant. Okay, so it means that market was bullish at that period. Market just took the stop losses. I showed you this knowledge because I thought that you would be thinking that market, how market reversed, like how I got the confirmation that market is gonna go down or is gonna up, because market showed respect to this, respected this fair value gap. Okay, and then here is the manipulation, and then this was again another manipulation. Market took this side of liquidity. You can include these as something you want. Okay, this side of manipulation was again happened before 10 a.m. So this was the move of 9:30. Okay, I heard that on the 9:30 market is manipulated. Take a look at this 140, 101, 111, 111 handles. Okay, you can take this as well if you want to, but I'm working on the ICT silver bullet, and I think that ICT silver bullet is gonna be something that I should adapt. Okay, because my mentor made this thing for his son, so if something is made for his son, that is gonna be good. Okay, now this was done, and then if we take a look here, this was the change of character at this period. There was no fair value gap here, so we cannot expect this as a proper, change of character here. We can expect this as a change of character happened before 10 a.m. We can go on the lower time frame, which I'm going to go 1 minute. We are near here we go. On the lower time frame, you are going to get more clarity as compared to the higher time frame. If I would have enough money, I would have bought trading the premium plan, which includes 1 second charts. I would have bought it if I would have that much amount of money, but I was broke, and I am broke actually. Liquidity sweep happened here. This is skin manipulation. We are going to wait for the 10 a.m. candle. I'm going to mark here 10 a.m. This was the 10 a.m. candle. This was the, whatever you say. The bias should always be good in expect. This was this fair value gap. Let me just know the problems. I'm not here to teach you, bro. I'm trying to understand things myself. Mohawks were here at this period. I've learned one thing today, that I should not blindly trust the silver bullet. I should wait for some time before just entering it. Silver bullet for like 15 minutes, and then if I would have taken the trade from this to this point for 15 minutes, I should wait, and then I should, just go for it, because this was not a strong confirmation for the ICT silver bullet, because it requires two things. The first one is liquidity sweep, and then after the liquidity sweep, it requires you to have a, you know change of character. Okay, which is CISC. The change, I think, is the change of character. Now, what is CISC in ICT? Change in the size character CIS change in character. I don't know how CIS change in structure. Oh, I don't know. Okay, let me just see what is CIS on my register. I have this 600 page register that I have for. There is it. Man, what the fuck is. I wrote down the CISD. I can't find CISD in the zone where I wrote it. Like I have pages. Change in the state of delivery. Change in the state of delivery. I know this is basically the MSS, but the narrative is CISD. Okay. If market was strongly bullish, it would have disrespected this fair value gap here. And if I'm gonna go on the 15-minute chart actually. Fuck it. Fucking bullshit, man. I'm gonna go on the 15-minute chart so I can see something on this thing. Okay, this is a clear structure here. Fucking 1 minute chart sometimes confuses people. Yeah, silver bullet is always right. Like this fucking. I was getting confused on the lower time frame, bro. We can get confirmation on the lower time frame, bro. That does not mean that we should go directly into the lower time frame. This shit here is the breaker block. This shit here. Okay, this shit here is the breaker block according to my knowledge. I don't know. ICT taught something else because I don't know actually, bro. Because I don't know. Okay, I don't know. And this was the fair value gap. This is my knowledge. I don't know if ICT taught something else. Okay. Because I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. English isn't my first language. So yeah. This is the fair value gap. We just see, we can take a look. This was actually the real fair value gap, but when the order block is before the fair value gap, then you are supposed to mark the fair value gap of, from the high of the, in this case, from the high to the low of the fair value gap. Okay, yeah, you're supposed to mark it like this. Market just disrespected it, and then after this fair value gap, it was 15-minute already. I said as, and then we are going to mark here one thing here. I think I don't know ICT or silver bullet. I need to study it at least again. This was the closing candle, which was the confirmation of this thing. We take a look on the 5-minute chart. I'm also exploring which time frame is gonna be good. Which I see 5-minute is a good chart. Like 1 minute sometimes confuses. We just need a fair value gap in this whole thing so we can get the confirmation. I can't find fair value gap on the show lower time frame. Okay, we're gonna go on the five. We're gonna keep on ourselves on the 5 minute. Then we got this fair value gap, which market respected here. And this is on the 15-minute chart. I need to learn it. Actually, I'm not good at it. The fuck. Okay, this is the order block, which market respected again. I said, and then we went up, and then we are supposed to wait unless market close above this, which market closed after 10:30. So what the fuck is this, man? ICT requires. I had the note. I remember in the last video. Okay, AMD liquidity sweep on the one side, market structure shift, which is the CSID, CISD, and then the fair value gap with displacement. Okay, I was able to just find this fair value gap here as the displacement option. Or I think I marked out the wrong stuff. I marked out the wrong things, man. The reality is this was not actually the pure accumulation. The pure accumulation was the one I marked before. Now, if we take a look, market actually swept this one side liquidity, went right directly up. We see this change in the character, okay, and then we pump, right? I think this is the thing which I forgot to mention. Let me just do one thing here. I don't know why, but see, or we can move it to this point here, from the low to this high. See, this is the whole narrative. I don't understand this sometimes. Why this is happening? ICT Silver Bullet is good at in the was good in the London session, but it is not good in the New York session. This is actually accumulation. If you see, this was the manipulation, but the fair value gap closing was not good, and the fair value gap closing was this after the confirmation of this candle, and then market just straight to the point reversed from this narrative, which we can expect from this level. But the point is, this was the actual accumulation. Let's just backtest another day. Okay, let's go and let's just backtest another day. Yeah, this is the day. No, I can't. I need to study. I am wrong about LSD silver bullet. I need to study it a bit more. I need to add my daily bias, I think, within this thing. Although, if you just take a look, this was a good move, and if we go back again that day, the move from 9:30, I'm looking at it. This was a move from 9:30 actually. This. Then market bounced. No, market dumped here. Then market pumped from this narrative. 9 a.m. Market consolidated in the 9 a.m. and then I don't know, man. Let's just end this stream. I need